Have you ever wondered about the second coming and its signs as foretold in various religious texts? Picture a world on the brink of a monumental event, a prophecy that has provoked contemplation and interpretation for centuries. The second coming, a subject that stirs intrigue, curiosity, and countless theories. From biblical perspectives to modern interpretations, the signs associated with this event are as diverse as they are compelling. So, are you ready to explore the unknown? Join us as we delve into these fascinating theories. Firstly, we consider the Christian interpretation, which originates from the New Testament of the Bible. To truly understand the signs of the second coming, we must delve into the biblical texts. The Bible, particularly Matthew chapter 24, provides a vivid description of the events leading up to the return of Jesus Christ. Let's journey back to a time when Jesus spoke of wars and rumors of wars. He forewarned his disciples that nations would rise against nations, and kingdom against kingdom. He painted a picture of a world in turmoil, embroiled in conflicts and strife, a world not too dissimilar from our own today. But Jesus didn't stop at wars. He also spoke of famines and earthquakes in various places. Imagine the earth groaning under the weight of its own suffering, shaking with the pain of its inhabitants, the land barren, crops failing, and people starving. These, he said, were the beginnings of birth pains. Now let's turn our attention to the false prophets. Jesus cautioned his followers to be wary of those who would come in his name, claiming, "I am the Messiah," and leading many astray. These false prophets, he said, would perform great signs and wonders so as to deceive even the elect. In the midst of all this chaos and confusion, Jesus gave his followers a beacon of hope. He told them that the gospel of the kingdom would be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end would come. These signs, according to the Bible, herald the return of Jesus Christ. But remember, in the words of Jesus himself, "But about that day or hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father." So, while these signs give us an idea of what to expect, the exact timing remains a divine mystery, a testament to the infinite wisdom of God. Switching gears, we now explore the Islamic perspective, which is rooted in the Hadith. This collection of traditions contains sayings of the Prophet Muhammad that, along with the Quran, form the major source of Islamic theology and law. Let's first shed light on the figure of the Mahdi. In Islamic eschatology, the Mahdi is a prophesied redeemer who will rule for 7, 9, or 19 years before the Day of Judgment, and will rid the world of wrongdoing, injustice, and tyranny. His arrival is seen as a precursor to the end times. Next, we venture into the narrative of the Dajjal, often compared to the Antichrist in Christian eschatology. The Dajjal is a false prophet, a deceiver, who will bring about a great fitna, or tribulation. It is said that his reign will be a time of great deceit and turmoil. Then we have the return of Jesus, or Isa, as he is known in Islam. Unlike in Christianity, where the second coming of Jesus heralds the end times, in Islam, Jesus returns before the final hour. He descends to defeat the Dajjal and bring peace and justice to the world. Lastly, we delve into the prophecy of the sun rising from the west. This is one of the major signs of the Day of Judgment in Islamic eschatology. It is believed that when the sun rises from the west, the door of repentance will be closed and the Day of Judgment will be imminent. These signs, as per Islamic tradition, mark the end times and the Day of Judgment. It's fascinating how these prophecies, though different in details, echo the same overarching theme found in other religious texts, a time of great upheaval, followed by a period of peace and justice. This shared narrative across religions underlines our shared human longing for justice, peace, and an end to suffering. Let's not forget the myriad other religions that have their unique interpretations of the Second Coming. Imagine a serene Buddhist monastery nestled in the Himalayas. Within the tranquil walls, monks meditate upon the teachings of Maitreya, the future Buddha. Believed to descend upon earth when the teachings of the current Buddha are forgotten, Maitreya signifies a new beginning, rather than an end. It's a cyclical prophecy, mirroring the Buddhist belief in the eternal cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Now let's journey to India, the cradle of Hinduism. Here the end times are envisaged as the arrival of Kalki, the 10th avatar of Lord Vishnu. Riding a white horse, brandishing a blazing sword, Kalki is prophesied to appear at the end of the present age of decline, the Kali Yuga. He will destroy all evil, paving the way for a new era of righteousness and truth, the Satya Yuga. Again, we see a cyclical pattern, a perpetual dance of creation, preservation, and destruction. Our final stop is ancient Persia, the birthplace of Zoroastrianism. Here, the world will witness Frashok Areti, a cataclysmic event leading to the final renovation of the world. Ahura Mazda, the supreme god, will vanquish evil, and the world will be purified by a river of molten metal. Each person's actions will be judged, and those righteous will bask in eternal paradise. In each interpretation, we see a common thread. There's destruction, yes, but it's not the end. Rather, it's a cleansing, a renewal, a chance for humanity to begin again, hopefully with lessons learned from the past. It's a reminder that the end is not to be feared, but understood as a part of the grand cycle of existence. Each religion, it appears, has its unique way of interpreting the end times. Moving away from traditional religious texts, let's take a look at some modern interpretations. The contemporary world offers a plethora of theories and interpretations about the Second Coming, each as unique as the person who holds it. One of the more prominent theories that has found traction in modern times is the belief that the signs of the Second Coming are already happening around us. Proponents of this view point towards global events such as the escalating conflicts, natural disasters, and the moral decay of society as evidence. They believe that these are not mere coincidences, but rather the unfolding of prophetic signs. Now let's consider another modern interpretation that is gaining popularity. This perspective sees the signs of the Second Coming as metaphorical or symbolic, rather than literal events. For instance, the rising of false prophets is taken to mean the spread of misinformation and deception in today's digital age. Similarly, wars and rumors of wars are seen as symbolic of the increasing conflicts and tensions within societies and between nations. To bring these theories closer to home, imagine a world where every headline, every breaking news story, is perceived as a ticking clock, a step closer to the prophesied events. Alternatively, picture a world where these signs are not harbingers of doom, but metaphorical reminders urging us to strive for peace, truth, and unity in our communities. Of course, these are just a couple of the many modern interpretations that exist. Some people see the Second Coming as imminent, while others view it as a distant symbolic event. Yet others believe it to be a personal spiritual journey rather than a global physical event. Regardless of where one stands, it's clear that these modern interpretations bring a fresh and sometimes challenging perspective to the table. They invite us to reevaluate our understanding of the Second Coming and to engage in thoughtful reflection and discussion. Modern interpretations, as varied as they are, add a fresh perspective to the Second Coming. We have journeyed through various interpretations, from traditional religious texts to modern theories. Together, we've seen how the concept of the Second Coming has been viewed through a multitude of lenses, each one offering a unique perspective on what the future may hold. We started with the biblical perspective, where we saw prophecies of a time of great tribulation, followed by the return of Christ. Then, we delved into the Islamic prophecies, witnessing a narrative filled with apocalyptic signs and the arrival of the Mahdi and Jesus. Our exploration didn't stop there. We ventured into other religious views, where visions of the end times varied as widely as the religions themselves. From the Hindu Kalki to the Buddhist Maitreya, we discovered a myriad of prophetic figures, predicted to usher in a new age. And of course, we couldn't ignore the modern interpretations. Here we found theories that range from scientific predictions of environmental collapse to speculative scenarios based on technological advancement. Throughout this journey, the diversity of interpretations and theories about the Second Coming and its signs has been truly awe-inspiring. Despite the differences, each perspective shares a common thread: a hope or a warning for the future, a call to reflection, a prompt to consider our actions and their consequences. Remember, whatever your belief, these interpretations provide food for thought about the world we live in and the future that awaits us.